Okay, hello everyone. Can you hear me? Can you please just show it as thumbs up if you can hear me perfectly? Perfect. Thank you. I request everyone to please turn on your camera. So, teachers and students, everybody are going to be join this meeting. So, I request all of you to please turn on your cameras. So, we are going to be wait for at least 2-3 minutes and then we will start with these sessions. Right. I request one thing from all of you. If you know somebody who is going to be join this meeting, kindly connect him once, okay, and inform them to join it fast, and then we will start with this webinar. Okay, so I will wait for 2 minutes more and then we will start with it. Okay, so kindly inform all the persons who are going to be join this meeting or this webinar. Please connect them once. Okay, now let's start with this webinar. So, hello everyone. This is Subham Gupta from STAM Robo. I would like to welcome all of you for this webinar. And today we are going to be explore how we can create a mobile applications with the help of block programming language. All right. So let's start with the sessions. And before moving ahead, I request everybody if you will face any questions, any doubt. Obviously, you have a chat options or even a Q&A options you can find on the top. You can just raise your queries there. Now the thing is, try to be also cooperate the sessions together. Okay, I will provide you the enough time to perform these activities. Fine. So we are going to do everything together. So let's just try to be cooperated together. Okay. So please keep note this, and we are going to be start. Many of the peoples are going to be joining in the mid of the session. So might be they will face some challenges during the starting, but we are going to be keep continue. All right. So try to be avoid unnecessary environment if you are just like distracting from this meeting. So try to be avoid such thing and keep concentrate towards this meeting ahead. All right. So I just want to be tell you the one thing: the mobile and the laptop, both things are required for this meeting. Fine. So you have to be keep connecting these sessions with your laptop only. Keep your mobile phone aside from yourself, right? Once we will create an applications, we will just use the mobile phone to check our application whether it's working properly or not. So that's how we are going to be perform these sessions. Okay, so let's just start with it. So right now I'm talking about the mobile phone. You can follow Android or even you can follow the iOS devices also, like an iPhone. So just be there, and if you will face any questions, anything, just raise your questions in this queries Q&A one. Fine. So let's just start with it. I will keep try to be share everything with you so that you will not face any challenges or difficulties meanwhile these sessions, right? So let me just quickly share with my screen. I believe my screen is visible to all of you. Can you just show me with the thumbs up if it is visible? Anybody? If it is visible, if my screen is visible to you. I have shared my screen. Just show me with the thumbs up with your videos. Perfect. Thank you. So let's move ahead. So let's just understand first what is actually a mobile applications, right? And what actually how we are going to be use it. So first of all, this is what introductions that we are going to be cover totally about the app development, how we are able to create our own applications and that we can use it in our mobile phone. So what is actually a mobile applications? So mobile applications is a software program designed specially for the smartphones and the tablets, right? And with the help of these applications, we can perform some specific tasks, or whether we can use it for some specific functionalities, or you can also use it for some services, and this all can be done by the users. So if you understand the app, right, this is in the short form that we are calling it as an app. But what is complete name of this app? It stands for applications. What we understand about the meaning of application, that means something uses, right? That is using. So if you are creating any applications, we can use it for some specific task. All right. And who is going to be use it? We are going to be use it. So we are behaving as a user at that time, right? So now the thing is, mobile applications, we all are using a mobile every day, right? And even we are using a huge number of applications in our mobile phone, right? Let's just take a simple example. If you want to be watch any videos, if you want to watch listen any musics, right? So what, which type of generally you mostly follow, right? So we are actually follow a YouTube. Even for the music purpose, we following the Spotify, Ghana application, Hangama, right? So in this way, we have a huge number of applications that we can follow, especially for the videos or the music purpose, right? Similarly, if you want to do any online shopping, so which app you like to be follow? Amazon, Flipkart, Mintra, right? In this way, we can follow a huge number of applications that we simply go to the Play Store and we're searching for such application and downloading it and start using it for that specific task, right? Similarly, if you want to do any online meeting, you are following the Teams, Google Meet, Zoom, right? If you want to do any online food order, you're following the Swiggy, Zomato. So what we can understand here, for each and every specific task, we have a separate applications for it, right? So whenever you're going to be design any applications, you have to be understand the purpose. For which purpose you are creating that application, how that app is going to be helpful for the users, right? So based on that, we have to be move ahead. So we based on that only we have to be proceed how we are going to be perform the designing and the coding, right? So can you imagine the one thing, if you don't have any applications in your mobile phone, if you don't have any app in your mobile phone, is it look interesting to use the mobile phone? Just think about it in a few seconds. If you don't have any app in your mobile phone, is it interesting to use a mobile phone? Obviously not, right? We will find either a one theme over there, or we can directly follow the keypad mobile that we are following it earlier, right? So in a smartphones, it will be very difficult if you don't have any applications to use your mobile phone, right? What we generally do is, if you want to be do any phone call, we directly follow the phone logs. If you want to do any message, you are directly follow the WhatsApp or the messengers, right? Similarly, if you want to be like just want to follow up the social medias, you can open a Facebook or Instagram, right? So this is what we have to be understand. For each and every specific task, we have a different applications. All right. Now let's move ahead. If you can notice this persons, right? Actually, this person who are actually earning multi-billionaires, and you can observe their faces. This is a Mark Zuckerberg, right? That you already aware about him, right? He's a founder, the co-CEO of this Facebook, right? Similarly, Jeff Bezos, who is there, and he invented an applications that is an Amazon. So they having a vision, they have created a one applications and they are earning in a billion right now, right? So similarly, when you are going to be create any applications, you have a search visions, you have to be figure out the ideas, which one is going to be more fascinating for the users, right? And how it's going to be helpful for the users. So you have to be figure out such thing, and then you can create such type of applications, right? Even this last name you can observe, Jen Com, who actually invented the WhatsApp messengers, right? So they are actually earning in a billion. So you can imagine by just creating on one applications, right? So similarly, what we are going to be perform today in these sessions, we are going to be understand the block coding, right? Which make very easy to understand. You can even observe this overview image, right? This image, which is indicating this is a block based coding. A simple, when you using any buttons, so what actually that button will do, it's already defined with the help of the block. So over the blocks, it's already mentioned in a very simple English language, so we can understand easily, right? Second thing, we are also going to be understand the platform of the app development, that is a MIT App Inventor. So we will discuss about this platform overview, how we are going to be use this platform completely, right? And then we will learn how to create an applications, and we will try to install that applications in our mobile phone. We will develop it, right? Now, similarly, if you observe what is actually a block coding, so similarly, the block coding is something like you need to be actually generate a code, and you have the numbers of blocks that you can use it to create your code. So you simply has to drag and drop those blocks to create our instruction, right? And that's going to be behave as a complete code. Second, you can observe, which is an MIT App Inventor. We are going to be understand this platform by creating our accounts, and then we will create our projects, and how we are going to be completely use this platform, right? And we will target to create at least 3 apps today in these sessions. So it is a very challenging to create a 3 apps today within a limited time. So we have to be do it together, right? Each and everything, and I will provide you the enough time again to perform each and every steps together, right? So the first name, that is a talk to me. So the second one, birthday cake, and the last one is the brain up, right? So these are the app we are going to be learn today how to create it. Then we are going to be design these applications and install it in our mobile phone. and we will check it how we can also share this app with the other person in the APK file, right? So the next is what we have to be understand these three steps while creating any applications. Just keep these three steps in your mind whenever you're creating any app, right? What are those steps? The first thing is the purpose. For which purpose you are creating an app, right? Once you are clear with the purpose, you it will be very easy to follow that process, right? So the purpose, suppose we want to be create any music applications. So for music applications, we require some music parts, some buttons, widgets, image, right? So in that way, we can understand our vision. Similarly, if you want to be create any applications for the online meeting, so you can understand we have to be follow something similar like a Zoom meeting or the Teams or like a Google Meet, right? Like that. Going ahead, if second point that you have to be take care, that is the design. Design is what? If you observe, I have taken the two pictures. One is the Disney Hotstar and the other is the Netflix. Whenever you open any app, the greetings of that application, the first page, the first view that you observe, it's always a different, right? So in a different application, the first page is always a different if you observe. The way or the style or the graphics way of opening that application is always interesting. So you have to be understand how you are designing your application and how much you attract the user, right? So it's all depend on your design. So you have to be take care about the designing point. Talking more about the design point, I'm just briefly taking this example. Suppose that this is a Google Meet, right? Sorry, the Teams, right? That we are using it currently. And this Teams, you can observe a multiple persons who has turned on their videos, right? And those who has not turned on these videos, we could not see them right here. Now the point is, what we have to be understand the design part of this Teams applications. These are the tools that is coming on the top, right? These are the chat options, peoples who has joined here, right? Similarly, we can observe this React options, right? So we have these options on the top. Where we are finding these options in the Google Meet, I think in the bottom side of the screen, right? Similarly, if you observe in the Zoom, we are finding a little bit towards the top side, more towards the top side. So each and every applications they have designed in some different ways. So it's all depend on your design how you're going to be create your app, right? You can also put these options in the left side. You can put it towards the right sides. So it's all depend on the users or the developer who is actually going to be create these applications, right? So this is the reason design is very important. Where you want to stabilize this button, you can observe the icon of this button, right? The icon, how this is look like a chat. This is look like a hand raise, right? So this is what it's all depend on the design. How you are actually categorize their image, icon, button, videos, right? You can even observe the time which is displaying on the top and right side, left hand side, right? So this is what we can understand. This is all related with the design. Now the point is, the last point is what? The last point is the coding, right? The coding actually defines the functionality of those buttons, images, or widgets, the complete widgets that you use while designing your app. All right. Suppose that if I talk about these options, can you see these options? This is in camera. Am I correct? This is in camera. What will happen if I will click here? It's going to be turn off my camera. Am I right? If I click here, it will be turn off my camera like this. Correct? Similarly, if I'm going to be click on these options, what will happen? It will mute my mic, right? And again, if I click here, it will unmute my mic, right? Similarly, if I again clicking on this camera options, it's going to be turn on my camera. So the point is what? There is some specific task or the role which is defined behind this button, right? Is it possible that if I'm clicking on the camera and suddenly I will be kicked out from the meeting? Obviously not. For leaving the meeting, we have the separate buttons for it. So this is what we have defined the task for each and every buttons, right? And which is defined with the help of a coding. All right. So for that coding, we are going to be follow the block-based coding. Till now, I believe everything is clear to you. It's just a small introductions about the app development, right? So now moving ahead, Let's have a look to it. So we are now going to be create our applications. Okay. So for that, we are going to be search this platform that is an MIT App Inventor. Okay. I request each and everyone open a Google and search for MIT App Inventor. Whatever the first link you are getting, just open that MIT App Inventor. Even you can directly follow this URL. Please open this MIT App Inventor. Just let me know once if you have done. I'm just providing you 1 minute. And open the first link. Once you have done, open the first link. You will get this page on your screen. You can view this page. You will get this page. Okay. Let me know once you are getting it. Just search for MIT App Inventor. You will get the first link, whatever the first link you're getting, just open it. You will get a page where on the top left hand side, you will get a create app options in a orange color, right? You will get these options, create app on the left hand side. Just let me know once you're getting, click on that create app options. Click on that button, create app. Now, I think it is asking from you to allow your Google account to interface with it, right? So kindly connect with your Google account, right? Kindly connect with your Google account and just keep continue. Once you are continue, you will get the page like this. This type of page you will get. Let me know once you are reaching to this page. Again, I'm repeating these steps, okay? Quickly open this platform. So all of you, please search for a MIT App Inventor over the Google, right? And once you have searched, you will get the first link. Whatever the first link you are getting, click on that first link. You will reach to this page where you will find a create apps in an orange color on the top left hand side. Click on that button. It will ask your Google account, right? Select your Google account and then keep continue. So once you click on continue, you will reach to this page. Let me know once if you have reaches to that page. Everyone, you can even show your thumbs up with your React options so that I can easily understand you have reaches to that page. All right, done. Please confirm if you have done. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, those who are confirming. I request everybody to confirm if you have reaches to that page, right? It's a simple 3 steps I am telling you. Search an MIT App Inventor on the Google, then click the first link, whatever the link you're getting, then click on create app, which is we are getting in an orange color on the top left hand side, and then we will get a selection of the Google account. Select your Google account, provide the access to continue, and then we will reach to this page. Now, what next we have to do? Just listen it carefully now. Just listen me carefully. I will provide you the time to follow the steps, okay? To do these steps. You are getting the option as a new project on the top side, right? Top left hand side, you're getting the new project options. Click on the new project. No need to do any changes with this toolkit or the theme. No need to do any such changes, okay? Create your project name, give the project name and click on OK. While writing your project name, avoid the space. All right. So what you have to be right now, we are going to be perform the activities. This application is called as talk to me. So we have to be follow underscore instead of avoiding the space, right? You can avoid the space and write the names as like this, talk to me. Once if you have done in the toolkit, it will be same as a default theme. It should be default. Okay. Just click on OK button and then you will reach to a new page. Fine. And this page will look like this. Just do these steps. Click on new project, write the name as talk to me. No need to do any changes with the toolkit or the theme. Directly click on OK button. You will reach to that page where you will find a one mobile screen, right? And just stay there on that page. Are you reaching to that page now? All of you, right? Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Those who are acknowledging and others, please you can show me with the thumbs up if you have open with it. Perfect. Thank you. Now, let's move with the next steps. Fine. So let me just give a brief introductions about this platform first, and then we will start performing the activities together. No one is going to do it as a over smart. Try to be perform it step by steps together, right? So that we will not lag with any activities or the steps. Now, if you observe in the left hand side, these platforms are actually divided into the four categories, right? The first name you can observe, this is a palette. The second name, that is a viewer. Then we have a third one, that is all component, and the last one, which indicate as a properties. Fine. In the palette, you can observe we have a left side. In the left side, we have a multiple components of the tools which are indicated. The first name is indicated as user interface, layout, media, drawing, animations. If I clicking on the user interface, we will get the multiple components like a button, image, label, right? So this component we are going to be used while creating our app, right? Similarly, in the layout, we have some arrangements, whether we want to be keep our components vertically, whether we want to be keep it as horizontally, right? So that should be defined based on the layout. Media, where we have a sound options, record options, camera options, video options, translator options, a huge multiple options you're getting in the media categories. Similarly, if I'm moving ahead, in the drawing, we have some animations or the drawing components. Map, we have something like a circles, marker, a multiple components for the same. Again, if you're creating any applications to represent any graph or the chart or any data, so for that also we have such components. Similarly related with the data size, even we have some sensors also. As we know, in our mobile phone, we have a multiple sensors, right? So we can also use such sensors. We can create such applications for those sensors as well, right? Now, what we are going to do it, we are going to be create an activity which is called as talk to me. What generally it is? So this is what an applications where we are going to be follow a text to speech. Whatever the text you will type, we can convert it into the audio base, right? By just converting it into the speech mode. So that is the viewer side where we are going to be perform all the designing part. Just suppose that I am dragging and dropping these components on this mobile screen. Again, I am dragging and dropping this component on this mobile screen. What you can observe, these buttons are coming one by one, right? In this category of the all component, you can observe it's going to be display the hierarchy of all the component that we are following to create our app, right? So you can observe the first is showing as a screen one. Second one, I have drag and drop the button. So it's showing as a button one. The third one, it's showing as a button two. It's showing all the steps, whatever we are dragging and dropping it. Suppose if I'm putting the button two first, so you can observe in the all component side, it's going to be changed accordingly. What about properties? So in the properties, we can change the font size. Suppose I want to change it as 24. You can see how the font size has been changed. Similarly, if you want to be change the background color, you can go over here. You can select your selected like colors, and you can just select it and move away again. Similarly, you can change the text also for this button. You can use the hide button, show button, or whatever you can do it. Okay. If you want to be add any submit button, you can also do it. Right. So this is what the changes we can do it. So this is all indicated in the properties. Right now, as per our activities, we are not going to be follow these buttons. I will let you know how we are going to be perform our activities, right? But now the thing is, this is all about a design. If you observe on the top right hand side, this is the complete designing part. The way you are going to be design this mobile phone, in the similar way, it's going to be open in your mobile phone also when you are going to be open these applications. Right. Now, talking about the block side, whatever the component you are using it, right, you can create the block codes based on it, right? You have a huge number of blocks that we can follow to create our codes. And from this top hand side, you can again switch back to the designer sides. So here you have a two button. On the top right hand side, you can observe of the screen, designer and the block. So once you click on the block, you will switch to the block coding side. Once you click on the designer, you will back to the designer side. Now, this is a brief idea about this platform. So now let's start with this activity. The first thing, what we will do it, on the top hand side, it's indicating as a screen one. Can you notice it? It's indicating as a screen one. I want to be change its name first. I want to be give the same name as what we are creating an application for. Right. So on this properties, you have to be select the screen one in this components, and in the properties, go to the bottom, it is written as a screen one. Here you have to be write it as talk to me, right? So here you have to be write like this, talk to me, and just press the enter button. What you can observe, it has changed accordingly. Just do these steps. Select the screen one in the third category, that is a component. Look at in the properties, scroll down, go to the bottom, you will find the screen one. Just rename that screen one and name it as talk to me. Let me know once if you have done, everyone. You just have to be change the name of the screen one as a talk to me. Look at in the properties, you will get it, get that options in the bottom. Kindly acknowledge once if you have done these steps. Done, all of you? I believe all of you have done, right? Can I proceed to the next? Right. Now, let's move to the next steps. What next we have to do? The thing is, a brief idea I'm giving you about a layout. Okay, just listen me carefully. Brief idea about it. Here almost we have a horizontal arrangement, horizontal scroll arrangement. There is a difference in both horizontal and horizontal scroll. We are going to be follow the arrangement. Not right now, we are not going to be follow any scroll options. Okay. So once we following the horizontal arrangement, let's suppose that you don't have to do these steps. Please just listen me carefully. You don't have to be follow these steps right now. Suppose that I am just using the horizontal arrangement currently, and this is just the size of that horizontal arrangement. These arrangement are generally used to arrange your like a buttons or any widgets on the screens, right? This is horizontal. Horizontal means everything will arrange one by one from the left to the right side. Now, suppose that I'm just dragging and dropping the button inside it. What you will observe, this is coming like this, right? Similarly, again, I'm dragging and dropping the buttons. Can you observe each and everything is coming one by one towards the left hand side, towards the right hand side, right? Left to right. This is what the horizontal. Got it? Now, for better understanding, I'm going to be follow a vertical. Let's use the vertical arrangement. If I'm dragging and dropping the vertical arrangement just below the horizontal, if I'm putting this button one inside this one, button two inside again this one, can you observe these options are coming one by one? It's coming top to bottom, right? So that is what actually the meaning of horizontal and the vertical. Once if you have to be arrange everything from the left to right side, you can follow the horizontal. Once you have to be arrange the thing from the top to bottom, you can follow the vertical arrangement. Now, what actually we have to be follow currently? So we are going to be follow the vertical arrangement. So I request each and everyone go to the layout categories. In the left hand side, we have the layout. Click on the layout. You will get a vertical arrangement. Make sure vertical arrangement. No need to follow the vertical scroll arrangement. Again, I'm repeating, you have to drag and drop the vertical arrangement. Once you have drag and drop this vertical arrangement, you will get these options on your mobile screen. Kindly confirm if you are getting these options quickly. Done? Perfect. Thank you. Those who are acknowledging, I request everyone to quickly acknowledge. And I believe you are getting these options on your mobile screen. What next steps you have to do? This arrangement size, you can observe it's look a very small size, only towards the top left hand side, right? I want to be increase the size of this arrangement. So for that, I have to be change the height. Look at in the properties, okay? Select the vertical arrangement here in this component side. Look at the properties. There is an option of height and width. Select as a field parent. With the help of field parent, it's going to be adjust automatically according to the screen size of the mobile, and it will become a bigger right here. Now we are going creating an app which is called as Talk to Me, right? So we will go to the user interface, right? Sorry, we have to be go to the media options, go to the media category. I believe you have changed these properties of the vertical arrangement, height as field parent, width as field parent. Kindly do these changes first. Change these properties as height as field parent as well as width as the field parent. Once if you have done, go to the media category. In the left hand side of the screen, go to the media category. You will find options which called as text to speech. Can you find these options? Text to speech. Drag and drop these options on the mobile screen. You're not able to see that component on the screen, but you are able to see it in the bottom. Can you see this in the bottom? It's showing as a text to speech because it is a non-visible component. These components are not going to be displayed on the screen. Okay, so you have to be just drag and drop it only one time. Once if you have drag and drop it, you will get these options here as well as in the component side you will get this option text to speech options. Let me know once if you have drag and drop it. So I can see the Isan your screen. Look at in this properties, look at in your properties, change the height and width as a field parent. Look at your properties, change the height and width as a field parent. Fine. Height and width as a field parent for the vertical arrangement. For the vertical arrangement. Let me know once if you have drag and drop this text to speech component on this mobile screen. Done? Perfect. The next steps is what? Now back to the user interface. Back to the user interface. There is an option of text box. Can you find the text box option? The last third options inside the user interface. Text box. Drag and drop these options on your mobile screen. You will get these options. These options allow you to type any text in your mobile phone. Once you're getting these options, you can increase the thickness or the width of this text box. So you have to be generally select this text box from this options, from this third options, right? And in the property side, there is an options of width. Change the width as a fill parent and then click on OK button. Make sure no need to press enter button, click on OK button. You can observe how the width of this text box has increased, right? Please let me know once if you have done with this. The two steps I have told you, right? The one you have to be take a one text to speech converter component from the media. The second one from the user interface, we have to be take a text box. Fine. Is it done? All of you? Perfect. So Else, other? Great. Thank you. Thank you for your responding. And other? Perfect. Fine. Let's move ahead. Now, what we have to do in this application, whatever the text we are writing here, we want a one button. Once we click on that button, that is a speak. Whatever the text we are writing, it will start speaking that same statement, right? So I will add a one button just below that. Similarly, I will add, okay, I have already added the one button. I will go to the properties, and you know well how to add the button. From the left hand side, from the user interface, you have to drag and drop this button and go to the properties. In the properties, the last third, fourth options of this button, text for button one, you have to be just change this text. Just give the name it as a speak. Okay. Rename it as a speak. Let me know once if you have done this also. Drag and drop the speak one button and rename that button as a speak. Make sure you have to be do the renaming from the properties. Make sure you have to do this renaming from the properties. In the properties, the last third options you can observe, there is a text from where you can rename this. Now, if you want to be, if you want to be modify this button, okay, let's make it as more attractive. Let's change some background color. You can select your own background color that you like most. Just suppose that I'm going to be follow this cyan color, right? This is what I have selected, and you can observe this color is selected, and accordingly buttons colors are changed, right? Just below that, you have the options of font size in the properties. So you can also change the font size. Suppose I'm taking it as a 25. So it is changed now according to that. Similarly, again, if you want to be take one more button here through which we can stop the audio at the same time. So for that, what we can do, again, we can drag and drop the one button here and rename this button as a stop. The same steps we're doing it, stop. And again, changing the font size as 24, okay, and changing the background color as whatever the color you like most. You can go with it. Let me know once if you have done. Please confirm if you have done, all of you. Now I'm just giving you 1 minute, okay, to quickly complete this same steps if you have missed anywhere, okay. Kindly complete each and every steps that till now whatever we have discussed. I'm providing you 1 minute, okay. Just do it. So I believe all of you have completed it now. Now the next steps. One challenge that you are finding on this mobile screen. If you try to be put this thing towards the center of the screen, which actually not allowed, right? So how we can adjust this alignment? So for that, these all components that we are attaching inside the vertical arrangement. If you observe inside this vertical arrangement, we have all these options, text box, button 1, button 2, right? So we have to be select this vertical arrangement from this component side. Look at in the properties, there is a first options align horizontal. Currently, which is indicating as a left, you have to be change it as center. And you can observe these things are coming towards the center of the screen, right? Similarly, the vertical also, if you want to be adjust, you can also do like this. If you want to be select any background color for this vertical arrangement, you can click on this default options. You can also select some background colors like this if you want to be. All right. So it's all depend on your choice. Let me know once if you have done so far. Change the alignment as a center and change the vertical background color for this vertical arrangement. Is it done for all of you? Now these steps. Confirm me once if you have done. Now we have almost done with our all the steps and we are very close to complete our app. Okay, it's just a basic thing that we're trying to understand how to create a simple app first. So please confirm if you have done, right? So I believe all of you have done. Again, I'm just repeating these tips. Okay, in this component side, we have taken the one vertical arrangement. In that, we have taken a text to box, this one, right? The text to box options. And then we have a button one and then button two. Button one that we have renamed it as what? It is renamed as speak, right? The button two that we have renamed it as stop. We have also changed the font size for those button as well as we have changed their background color. And then we have also taken a one text to speech from the media options, right? Now we have to just do the programming part. What we have to do in the programming part? Whatever the message we are writing here, we just need to be click on speak. It will come to as an audio. And once you clicking on the stop, it will just stop at that moment, right? So for that thing, we have to do the coding and we will switch back to this block side. Remember this button one is a speak, button two is a stop, right? So accordingly, we have to do this coding. So switch back to the block side. Hurry up, quickly. We have a less time now. Just switch back to the block side. Listen these instructions carefully and then we have done. We have to go to the button one, right? What we have to do, whenever the button one will click, what will happen? It will convert your audio or the text, whatever the text you have written, that will convert as a speak, right? So in the text to speech options, there is an option of call, text to speech, and the color that you can identify, you just have to drag and drop it like this. Let me know once if you have done this steps quickly. So which message we have to be turned to this speak mode? So the message that we are writing inside a text box one, right? So first tips, we have to go to the button one. There is a first block when button one dot click, drag and drop this block to this middle of the screen. Make sure you're not able to delete any blocks here. So for deleting the blocks, you have to drag and drop it to this dustbin only, okay? For deleting that particular block. So right now we have our button one. We are just simply dragging and dropping this when button one dot click. Then we're going to the text to speech one. We have this options called text to speech. We are dragging and dropping that block. And then we have a text box one. In the text box one, we have to be take the first green blocks. Okay. The first green blocks we are taking here, drag and drop it like this. But what actually it is written here, if you observe, text box one dot background color. We are not worried about the background color. We want to be convert our text to this piece. So I will change this background color as a text. You can click here, you will get a lots of options and select the text options from here. Now, this is what we have done. Let me know once if you have completed this till here. And the last tip is what we left with it. We need to go to the button 2. Now from button 2, when button 2 will click, we have to do this top of this speech, right? So from this text to speech, we will find this top one. So we just have to be use these three tools only to complete our code. That's it. Button 1, button 2, text box, and the text to speech. That's it. And we have almost done with our code. Kindly confirm once if you have completed, all of you. Please show me with your thumbs up. All of you, please, quickly, fast. We have done with our applications now. We just have to quickly check it in our mobile phone. So try to complete it. Try to complete those who has not completed. Okay, just try to complete. Again, I'm repeating the steps. We have switched to the block side. In this options, we have the button 1. We dragging and dropping this first block, button 1. Then we going back to the text to speech options. There is an option of call text to speech dot speak and the message. So which message we need to be passed? For the message, we have to go in the text box 1 category. Inside this category, you will find a first green block. Take out the first green blocks and change the background as a text options. Okay, change the background as a text options after attaching here, right? So similarly, you have to go to the button 2, drag and drop the button 2 blocks. Okay, the first one, and then we will go to the text to speech. We will find the stop. So we will call this stop options and attach inside that. So whenever we will click on the stop button, it will stop with your audio. So I believe all of you have completed now. Now, how we can check the same thing in our mobile phone? Priyal, yes, try to complete it fast. Try to complete it fast. Those who has completed till now, can you please acknowledge once with your thumbs up if you have done? All of you. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Now, I believe all of you have a mobile phone with you, right? So open a Play Store now. Please open a Play Stores, all of you. So those who are following the Android phone, search for MIT AI 2 Companion. MIT AI 2 is a numerical digit, okay? AI 2 Companion. Okay, just search for it. Automatically, you will get some application name over there. Download it quickly. Okay, download and install that app in your mobile phone. And those who have an iPhone with them, they can search for MIT App Inventor for iPhone only. Okay, they can search for MIT App Inventor. Let me know once if you have downloaded. Yes, please download it and let me know once if you have completed with your thumbs up sign. Is it completed now? All of you? Perfect. Installed. So when you are opening your app in your mobile phone, there is a two options you're getting. Scan with the QR code or connecting with the code, right? These two options might be you're getting when you have opened that app. I can show you with some images, you can obviously see me well, right, from my camera. So you're getting mostly these two options, right? When you have opened this app, scan with the QR code and connect with the code. Am I right, all of you? Now, there is a two-way of checking our applications in the mobile phone. The one, we can connect our mobile phone with the app for the short period of the time, okay, to check it whether our app is completely working or not, perfectly fine or not. This is the first steps. Second steps, you can download a one .apk file in your mobile phone and you can share that file with the other also, right? And the short period time, that means it's going to be disconnected automatically within a few minutes, okay? At that moment, you can just check it whether your app is working or not perfectly fine. Is that clear? So how we can check it first? So on this platform, on the platform of MIT App Inventor, you can find the connect options on the top. Can you check AI companion options? After the project, there is an option of AI companion. Click on AI companion, you will get a one QR code, right? Scan this QR code from your mobile phone. It will take a small time to load in your mobile phone. And just wait for that till moment. Okay, don't switch your tab in your mobile phone. Just wait for that moment. Okay, scan this QR code from your application that you have downloaded. And what you will observe, it will start showing with some process. Look at on my mobile, look at on my screen. Once I'm scanning this QR code, what you will observe, it starts showing with some process, right? This type of process you will get. If you're not getting it, try to click on connect with code also, if you are not getting these options. Once if you have done, you will get these options directly in your mobile phone. Am I right? You're getting the same app in your mobile phone now. All of you are getting the same options in your mobile phone now. That is whatever the app you have created. Perfect, perfect. Now you have a text box. Perfect, nice, thank you. So you have a text box. Write any message to over there, and then click on this speak. Any message and click on speak. Suppose if I'm also writing, welcome to STEM Robo.
Welcome to STEM Robo.
Can you hear this audio?
Welcome to STEM Robo.
Right. So whatever the message if I'm writing, I just click on this speak, it will start speaking that audio. Is it working for others? All of you? Perfect. Great. Great to know if it is working. Nice. Everyone. So I believe it's very easy to use, right? Very simple to create an app, right? Let's make more interesting by creating one another application also, right? So we have to be now do little bit fast. So this is just a basic idea in the starting to understand with the basic applications. Now we are proceeding with some other application files. Are we ready to start with the new one? All of you? Right. Now, the next one is what? Okay, the one thing more I just want to be tell you, this is what a connection of the short period of the application, right, with your mobile phone. But how you can download it forever in your mobile phone, right? So you have a build option. Can you find this build options, right? And then you will get the options of Android app.apk file. Once you're clicking on this options.apk file, it will take a little bit time and it will generate a one QR code. With the help of that QR code, you can scan it and you can download it also. Okay. Sometime in the menu of the mobile phone, it will not allow you to download your applications in your mobile phone. Why? Because in our setting, we are not allowed to install unwanted applications, right? Right now, this application is not approved by the Play Store. So obviously, it's going to indicate as an unwanted applications for you, right? So you have to be change your settings. You have to be allow the permissions to install such application, and then you can proceed. Fine. So this is what the way you can see. Once if I have switches to the build options .apk file, you're getting the two options. One is the download, and the other is a scan QR code, right? You all have to be download the .apk file. Once if you have downloaded this APK file, just transfer this APK file in your mobile phone and install it. So it will be always be there in your mobile until or unless you're not uninstalling that application. Is that clear? All of you, right? So I'm moving now to the next steps and let's understand to how to create a new app also. Fine. So next app that we are going to be understand, it's called as a birthday card. What it is called as? Birthday card, right? So birthday card as we know, when somebody has a birthday, right, in our relatives or if our friends having a birthday, right, if you are sharing some modifications way, like if you're sharing, if you are wishing them in some interesting way in the form of some applications, you are adding some music, you are adding some cakes, you are adding the person's whose birthday is there, right? It would look more interesting for them, right? So what you can do it, we are going to be create an applications for the same. I just want you all to download the two image from the internet. Make sure the image should be JPG or either a PNG. Okay, JPG or JPEG also it is acceptable, or it should be either PNG. I have even downloaded the two image. I just want to be show that images to you. Okay. Similarly, you can also download such images. Can you see this image? The same type of image you can download it quickly. Everybody, two image you have to download. The one is the cake, and the other is something like a wishing image. So you can also search something like a greetings message or the wishing message in the form of some image. Download these two image quickly, fast, as soon as possible, and let me know once if you have done this. Download it. Very nice. Perfect. Only two image you have to download. One is the cake, other is the wishing message, right, in the form of image. And you can see how even I have also downloaded. Even you can follow the similar types of it. Done, everyone? Yes. Repeating the steps again. From the Google, download the two image. One is the birthday cake. Okay, any image are acceptable, but make sure it should be PNG or either JPG or JPEG. Okay, like that. Make sure you don't have to download any .html file. Sometimes we are doing the mistake while downloading. So I request kindly take the help from your parents or someone, okay, while downloading an image. Is it downloaded now? Can we move to the next? Do it fast, everyone. One more minute I am providing to you to download this image. One more minute. Fine. Almost we have done all of you. Download two image. One is the birthday cake. Any cake image you can download. Any cake image you can download. And the other is the wishing message. Okay. So wishing message in the form of some image. You can also download that. Done. Fine. Now let's move ahead. Okay. Still getting some. Okay. 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 We can wait for the other also. All right. Now, I'm just telling you the next steps. Those who are doing it, still doing, no worries. I will repeat the steps again. Okay. Just download it once and then let me know. So I will repeat it again. So what generally we have to do now, we will switch back to the MIT App Inventor platform. There is an option of project. Go to the project, click on start new project. Start new project. Write the name it as birthday card. Okay. Birthday card, and please avoid the space. If you want to take any space, follow the underscore there. Okay, and then click on OK options quickly, fast. And now again you will get a new screen on the same, right? So just let me know once if you have created with this new project as a birthday card. Done. All of you created? Perfect. Perfect. I believe most of you have done. Nice. Done. All of you created. Really, you can avoid the downloading part right now. Just create a new project and continue with the next steps. Okay. Later you can download the image and attach it. Okay. So right now, please, you can just quickly create a new project, all of you. Done. Now what we have to do, we will just drag and drop the two buttons two times like this. Automatically it will come one by one. Right now we are not taking any vertical arrangement. By default, it will going to be considered as a vertical way only. So we have taken the two times this button, okay, two times button and two times image. We have to drag two times image also like this. So if you can observe, we have taken the two buttons and two image. Do it. Take these two buttons and two image fast. All of it. Drag and drop the two buttons and two image. Priyal, again, I'm repeating for you. Create a new project, right? Drag two buttons and two image from the user interface on your mobile screen. Okay, that we are getting. So towards the designer sides. Now, done. Let's do the changes. First of all, these all options are coming towards the left hand side of your mobile screen. If you want to be fixed to the center, top center only, top center, not the vertical center. Top center, I will go to the screen one. In the screen one properties, there is an again option of align horizontal. Only these changes we have to do as a center. Only these changes. No any further changes you have to do. Change this align horizontal as a center. Okay, from the screen one. Select the screen one in the properties. Go to this property side and change this. One more changes in for the screen one. Scroll it down. In the bottom, it is title mentioned as a screen one. Write the name it as birthday card. Write the name it as title as a birthday card in the bottom. Okay. So we will get such changes here on the screen. Let me know if you have done these steps. One step is the title you need to change as a birthday card. And the second steps is what we have to be change the align horizontal as a center step. Okay. Done. Next steps. We have to now just rename the button. We just have to rename the button. Text for button one. Right now, the button one is indicated as a text for button one. So in the properties, we have to be just change the text as a cake. Okay. Once we will click on the cake button, it will indicate the cake image on the screen. But once we clicking on the button two, we have to be rename it as what? Wish. So once we click on the wish button, it's going to be indicate that greeting message or the wishing message on the screen. Fine. Also do the changes of the font size of this button. I'm just consider it as 20 as a font size for this both button. You can also change their background color. So the similar way you have to be follow the same steps that we have done it earlier. For the both button, I am doing such changes like this. You can also change the button like a button size or the shape of the button. You have the options of changing the shape. It can be rounded, it can be rectangular, it can be oval, right? So it's all up to you. Suppose I'm changing it as a rounded. For both button, I'm changing the shape as a rounded. It's your choice how modify and attracting you can create for the users. Even you can increase the width of this one, right? Suppose I am just changing the width as a fill parent. So you can observe how it's changed, right? Similarly, I can even change with some percentage also. Like suppose I'm changing it as a 30%, it's going to be increased according to it, right? If I'm just changing it as like suppose 40%, it's going to be adjusted according to that. So you can change the width as a 40%. Select the button one, change the color, rename it, change the font size, change the shape if you want to be, and change the width as 40%. Click on OK button. Similarly, the same changes we are doing it for the button 2 also, right? Now changing the width as 40%. I think these two steps we have done perfectly fine. And I believe there is no any doubt for this, right? We just have done the few changes, their font name, right? The font size, the color, fonts this button shape, as well as the width of that button, right? It changed as a 40%. Now we have done for these two steps. Now go to the next. For the next one, we have a image one. Which image we have to be upload here? When we are clicking on this image one in this all component, look at your properties. I believe the last steps you all have done, right? So please listen the next steps, what we actually have to do. We have selected the button image one. Look at in the properties, there is an option of picture, right? This picture. Right now we have not any selected any pictures. We have to click on upload file. Click on upload file. Click on choose file. Select the file that you have downloaded, the birthday cake, and then click on open. And then again click on OK. It will take a bit time, some time to load it on the screen. Once it is loaded, you can find your image one on the screen, right? Everybody can see that, right? The image one, is it visible? The birthday image are actually loaded. The one challenge you will face, the image size, it's not going to be adjusted perfectly fine, right? The size of the image will not look actually accurate as per the size actually that we are expecting, right? So what changes we have to do in the height and the width, we have to be just select as a fill parent. In the height and the width of that image, we have to be select as a fill parent. That's it. Select the height and the width as a fill parent. Again repeating, select the image one, go to the picture, upload the image by using this upload file options, upload the image of the cake, right? And then change the height and width as a fill parent. Let me know once if you have done with these steps. The same thing you have to do with the last image. Select the image two, upload the image of the greeting one, upload with some new file, and upload this one here like this. Select it and then click on OK. It's going to be upload the new one. Now this one is going to be overlapped with the previous image. So again, I will change the height and the width as a fill parent. So the both image are going to be adjusted as per the screen size automatically. Change the both height and width as a fill parent. You can observe how actually it's look like. Let me know we have done with the design now. We just left with the coding. Let me know if you have any questions till now and just do it. Take your time for 1 or 2 minutes and complete with the steps. The steps are very simple. You have to be take the four components, two buttons, two image. We have selected the buttons. For each buttons, we have renamed as a cake and a wish, right? We have changed their color. We have changed the font size as a 20. We have changed the width of that button as a 40%. We have also changed the shape of the button as a rounded. Then we have selected the two image, uploading the image in the picture category of the properties. Then we are changing the height and width from the properties as a fill parent for both image. That's it. This is what we have done so far. Then the designing is completed. I just request if you can acknowledge with your thumbs up, then I can move to the coding part. Is it done for everybody? Please confirm if it is done. Please acknowledge with your thumbs up. Perfect. Thank you. Getting some response. Okay. Perfect. Those who are writing, thank you. Now, let's do the coding, right? The coding is very simple. Understand these steps again. What will happen if I will click on the button one? Button one is the cake, right? So at that time, your second image that should be hide. Only the cake image is going to display it on the screen. Okay. Once you're clicking on the cake button, only the cake image will display on the screen. This missing image is going to be hide. That means the second image is going to be hidden at that moment. But once you're clicking on the wish button, the cake image is going to be hide and the wishing message that should be visible on the screen. Right. So let's do the coding accordingly. Switch to the block side, just dragging and dropping these options. This is a what will happen when button one dot will click. So at that time, I am going to the image one. There is a first green block. I'm taking it out, this first green block. Attach it inside it. Now, this image is actually, if you read the message on this green block, it is written as set image one dot alternate text. We are not dealing with the text. We are changing the visibility of the image. So we will select this alternate text and we will select as visible options here. Do this set image one dot visible. Select from the button one, drag and drop this block. Go to the image one, select the first block, attach inside it, change the alternate text as a visible. This statement must be true, right? Whenever we will click on the button one, so image one must be visible. So to make this statement as true, we will go to the logic. The logic is the second tools that you can observe in the left hand side. There is a true block inside it. Take it out, attach with this block, and we have done. But once the image one is visible, at that time, the image two that should not be visible, right? So again, I will go to the image two. I will follow the same steps. I will take it out the first green block, change the alternate text as visible, and I will make this statement as false by taking this false block from the logic like this. This is what the code we have done for the button one. Let me know once if you have completed. Done, everyone. Perfect. Those who confirming, perfect. We have to drag these green blocks, attach the true and the false. That's it. This true and false block we will get from the logic, and this set image one dot visible we will get it from the image one and image two tools. Same steps we have to do it for button two. I will go to the button two. I will drag and drop this one. I will go to this image one. Even you can create a duplicate of it. Once you right click on these options, you will get the duplicate options. You can create a duplicate, okay, if you want to be do it shortcut. Once I'm going to follow these steps, one button two dot click, I will go to the image one. Now this time, image one that should be hide, okay. So I will change this visibility as a false, and the visibility for the image two that should be visible at this moment. So I will change it as true. That's it. We have done with this code. Now let me know once if you have done, all of you. Those who has done, go to the connect options, create a QR code from the AI companion, scan this QR code from your mobile app and check it whether it's working or not perfectly fine. When you are clicking on the cake, it will display the cake image. Once you are clicking on the wish, it will display the wish image. Those who has done with the complete code, go to the connect options, click on AI companion, scan the QR code and check it whether it's working perfectly fine or not. Even I can also try for you. So now it's also loading for me. Is it working for anyone so far? So now the same screen is open for me. You can observe on my screen the same options where I'm getting. If I am going to be click on the cake options, the cake image is coming. If I'm clicking on the waste options, right? So this greeting message is coming, right? Is it working for you, Ristik? Ristik Jan? Yeah, perfect, great. Thank you. Anyone else who has completed and it's working for them? Yes. Vihan, is it working for you? Ishan, Priyal, kindly confirm if it is working for you. Is it working perfectly fine in your mobile? Great, good. Is it interesting or simple to understand, right? For creating such application? Right, perfect. So that's how we can create a multiple applications, right? Now, there is a multiple way we can perform a different ways of activities. Okay, but we are lagging with a short time period right now. So talking about the last activities, which is called as a brain up, okay, which is actually used to create a quiz. I'm just showing you the result right now. You can try to be create these applications by your own, giving you the complete idea about it, how you can create it, right? So uh, I think we have a 4 5 minutes only. Okay. So what we can do, we all aware about how we can rename this title, right? From the screen. I have to be generate the questions here. So we have taken the vertical arrangement because each and everything are coming one by one. Okay, from top to bottom. So bottom, like if you observe the first questions. So once if you have a vertical arrangement, the first questions we have mentioned as a largest country in the world, right? That is a label. So we are dragging, dropping this label, and inside here we have raising those questions. Okay, here we are writing such text. Whatever the questions you have, we are writing here. Similarly, we are now taking a one horizontal arrangement. Inside that horizontal arrangement, we have taken the two buttons and first button and the second button. We have renamed it as Russia and the India. So whatever the options you are selecting, accordingly, we are going to be like proceed the next steps, right? Similarly, the same steps we have followed for the other questions as well. Again, we have taken the one label for creating the new questions, then horizontal arrangement, and then two buttons for the two options. Okay. Again, label for writing these questions, two options for two buttons for the two options again, right? Once we have done everything, We have also added the scroll bar options. If you observe in the properties of the screen 1, there is an option of a scrollable. These options. You can select these options and you can easily scroll these options also the mobile screen. Right? Just listen this carefully. You can try this at your home also. Now you have the score options. At the end, you can add the option of a score, so score. So that's how you can create this one. If you want to be take the screenshot of it, you can do that, right? The next tips, we have to be switched to the screen one, right? This is the screen one only. We can create a multiple screen as well. Once you clicking on show score, it will switch to the another screen where it will display your final score. Currently, it display as a 0. We have drag and drop this two label for the another screen and we have mentioned it as a 0. And the one label is indicating as a just as a text on the top as a total score. Now we have to go to the block side. So block side, we have created the variable as a score. So in the starting, the score as 0. Then once we clicking on the button 1, the score will change by +1 and the background color will change as a gray color. Similarly, if you're selecting the wrong option, the score will decrease by -1. Okay. Same thing we have followed for each and every buttons. Once we have done, whatever the final score we are getting, we are displaying that final score on the screen, on the second screen, and we are getting the result. This is quite little bit different. Okay. Like the label is different because we are mixing the two screen together for creating this application. In future, if you are, we are going to be conduct any webinar related with the app development, obviously the label of these applications will be changed. Okay. So at that moment, I request you to join this and it will be more helpful for you to understand the next level of the application. Currently, it's just all about the basics to understand how we are creating any apps, a simple basic programming with the help of a block coding, right? So I believe this session would be very interesting for you or something informative, right? Regarding the application development. Is it so? Right? Is it interesting for you all? So quickly, if you can share any message regarding these sessions or any doubts if you have, you can share your message in this chat box, right? Or you can share a short feedback also if you find this session as interesting. All of you, quickly, fast. Thank you. For any next session, obviously you will get the notification or the message in your group, right? So you can register after that. Thank you so much. Thank you for your feedback. Sure, I can show it, but it could be find little bit difficulty for the coding because there is a mixing of two screens together while creating this application. So currently you can avoid it. I have just given a brief idea about it that this type of code also we can create, this type of application also we can create. Okay. So right now you can avoid the coding part because we have to be take care of the designing and everything. Those who fail to perform the activities, these sessions are actually recorded and very soon it's going to be uploaded over the YouTube. So you can search a STAM Robo platform over the YouTube and you can also recheck this record, okay, and try to be perform these activities from there as well. Fine. All right. Those who fail to perform the activities. You can just search for the STEM Robo. So you can get the spelling of the STEM robot and you can search on the YouTube. All right. And those who are interested to learn this type of programming, right, like how to create an applications, they can also switch to the platform the STEM Robo websites. They can register for the online classes as well if the students are interested for learning this thing. So thank you everyone. Now I'm just quitting this meeting and we can leave it now. Thank you very much for joining this sessions. Thank you. Thank you all of you. Thank you. The certificates you will get it over your mail. Yes, we can create a logic program as well over the MIT platform. A huge number of applications you can create. Even we have some like a storage where we can store the galleries and the images or the videos also. Such type of applications we can also create. All right, so few of you asking for the YouTube channel. Let me just share with them. So I have shared the link, the URL for the YouTube. You can visit to our platform and you can review it as well. Those who are asking for the professional projects, this is for the beginner and who actually starting their building up their knowledge towards the block coding or with the help of such block coding, we can create such applications. So for professional, we have to be focused on the textual side. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. You can leave the meeting. Now I'm just ending this meeting. Thank you.